This is the meeting of the Parking Authority of Fairfield being held on Thursday, March 28th, 2024 in the Sullivan Independence Hall and also via Conference Bridge.
Great. Thank you, Eileen. First order here is Eileen circulated the agenda just on Tuesday. First order here is to approve the meeting minutes from February 29th. I know I personally did not have any comments, and good job, Jude and Eileen, preparing those. I'm not sure if others had any comments. If not, I'll make a motion here to approve them. Okay.
Anyone second?
I'll second, Ms. David.
Great.
Okay,
thank you, David. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you. Next here on the agenda is just a quick update on the Parking Authority Office Report. Eileen, you want to give us a quick update on the stats and permits?
My notes are at my desk. Give me 1 second. I have to go to my desk. But did you hear about Fairfield Metro changing its name?
No.
Okay, so guys, I have to just run to my desk for a second. I just wanted to mention that it got announced today that the DOT is going to rename Fairfield Metro Station to Fairfield Black Rock Station, which is great because a lot of people they get very confused. They also get confused, Metro North,
Right.
that kind of thing. So I think it's a really good change, and it's going to happen over the next probably the next few months.
Okay, great. I did not see that. Where was that announced, I wonder?
I found it on CT Stuff.
Okay, good.
It was in the patch and Escalor today.
Okay. Good eyes, Greg. Thank you.
I saw it on Facebook.
Okay, good.
About minutes ago.
Okay, great. Nice. Take your time.
Okay, for the office report.
Yes.
Parking stats. Today we had 760 cars. 89% were at Fairfield. In the month of March, we averaged about 700 parkers a day. And for the third quarter, we averaged 725 parkers per day.
That's good.
For day parkers, for the month of March, we had approximately 195 parkers per day with 92% at Fairfield. And for year-to-date, fiscal year-to-date, the average is 210 with 92% at Fairfield. For permit stats, we've sold 1,925 permits, which Fairfield 87%. This is 60 fewer than FY23 and 275 fewer than the pre-COVID days.
Okay.
We still have 60% of the people who request a permit actually purchase it.
Okay.
We don't know why.
Yeah.
Moving on to the coffee shop. The coffee shop opened last Monday, and it looks really great. He's getting the word out on social media. He's going to have a ribbon cutting. He's contacted community development for that. And he's, working longer hours now to see what the traffic patterns are, and if he does decide that there's enough people in the afternoon, he'll offer some sandwiches and other things as well.
Right.
But he's doing pretty good. He also was interviewed by the Patch and Connecticut Post. It was kind of funny, the patch writer quoted me, despite the fact that I never even spoke to him. But he didn't say anything bad, so no big deal.
Remind me again, is he gonna be open on weekends too, or no, just during the?
He's gonna try it and see what happens.
Okay,
He's gonna give it a shot, and then he said after a while he'll see maybe like, more at the holidays he'll be open on the weekends, or
Right.
Yankee games and
okay,
all that kind of thing. But he wants to he really wants this to be a success.
us too.
And
Yeah.
he'd like to be the Train coffee shop. He's at, Fairfield
That's
Black
right.
Rock
Yeah. Black.
Station, and he's at downtown, the Fairfield Center Station, and he has eyes on maybe, trying to get like Norwalk or
Okay,
another station.
great,
So he's really he's always got all kinds of promotional things. He gives a discount to all the first responders, and so I think he's gonna do well.
good.
So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was we have to, we're starting to gear up for our permit renewal season. So we have to talk about pricing for fiscal '25
Yes.
for Fairfield, Southport, and then the non-commuter residents in the area, and then also the students. We had talked the other board meeting. I had proposed that we do a special customized student permit because Fairfield U does not allow freshmen and sophomores to have cars on campus. So they have no place to park, and some of them
Sold
have
like
cars.
14 permits, I saw, which is.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think we could get more if I present something more formal to the people in security, which is the retired Deputy Chief of Fairfield Police, Keith
Okay.
Broderick.
Oh, okay.
So he and I have been talking about it.
Right.
And I think that we could probably get a few more. We're not gonna get hundreds.
Right.
But there's probably more students that might need a place to park.
Would we want to cap that, like a number?
We could, if we felt, right now our lot is only like 70% full.
I know, I see that.
So that's that, or the other thing, that kinda, like could we go back to the town and say, hey, we have a need for,
Yeah, I feel like let's stick with.
I don't think we're
Yeah.
gonna get,
Yeah.
we need like 100
Yeah.
in, the Mill Plain
Right.
to make it worthwhile.
Right.
And I don't think we're gonna do that.
I'm
So-
sorry. I think I missed something. You have to go back to the town for, what would you be going back to the town for?
I was just saying that if we had a lot of students where we didn't have enough room for them in the main lot, then we could ask the town if the Mill Plain lot would still be available to us. That's the lot we used to lease. But I think that's a very unlikely scenario. I don't see us selling that many to the students, and I don't see us filling the current lot up such that we would need that overflow.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's just because of capacity, but Fairfield U may have other reasons for discouraging freshmen and sophomores from bringing cars to school. And I'm wondering if, in good faith, we should be checking.
Well, my understanding is that this is not.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, can you guys
Hi.
hear us? Okay.
Are you guys there?
I'm here.
So we lost them.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know why that happened. I had already done that. No, Adrian, my understanding is this is not specific to Fairfield U. There's a lot of colleges that just don't have the capacity. So they limit it to, and many freshmen and sophomores don't need cars, or their parents don't want them to have cars.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
not an unusual thing, and I think that they reserve the capacity for the upperclassmen. I don't believe it's because there's problems with freshmen and sophomore, and you know, my contact at Fairfield U, he would be forthcoming with that if there was something.
Okay.
And he said it's just a policy of the school.
Yeah, I don't think we need to police that's just my opinion. If, these kids have, they have parents. If their parents don't want them to have a car, they don't have a car. If the school doesn't want, school can't prevent someone from bringing a car into Fairfield. They can certainly not give parking spots on campus to underclassmen, but, they can't stop someone from having a car in Fairfield. And
Right.
The other thing, too, is if these kids, they could just apply for a parking permit at the train station as a parking permit, and then we would be obligated to give it to them anyway. So
Right.
I don't think there's much we could do to police that on their behalf.
Yeah, and I think it's a good service to them, and it's good for both sides. One, it helps out the school and the students, and two, it helps sell some more permits for us.
Yeah. And we have the availability and space.
And yeah, we have this, right. So, so I had sent you guys a sheet with the
Yes.
proposal, and of course, if anyone has other ideas, that conversation should come first. This was just, something I was thinking along the lines of.
Yeah, I think we clearly held the numbers flat during COVID, and I think
all the other stations, if you looked at what Chris sends out, the fees by town, you'll see that everybody else has returned to pre-COVID rates.
Yeah, and I think what we're proposing here makes sense. I know I didn't have any issues, and the fact that I think we could fully defend this just given what we've held flat for the last couple of years, and it's a modest increase. And
can you read it? Because I can't find that doc. I might have deleted it by mistake.
So the Fairfield main lot over the last 2 years has been $375, and the Southport
Actually longer than.
actually probably 2 years plus. And the Southport lot, Greg, has been $275. And we'd be proposing $400 and $300 respectively. So 25.
Which are the pre-COVID rates. That's what it was in FY20.
So we'd be returning back to like you said, what we put on hiatus, from a couple of years ago. And obviously the non-commuter one, $500. We would hold that one, the same number, because we just started to put that into our pricing model. So.
And what are you proposing for the students?
$375.
Yeah, and it's only gonna be valid mid-August to mid-May. So 9 months out of the 12. So I took 9/12
Right.
of the non-commuter resident permit at 500 and came up with the 375.
Got it.
So.
And what were we pre-COVID? We were 425.
We were 400 and 300.
Right.
400.
So this is now
Bringing us back.
back.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to motion to vote on that?
Yeah, I'd
Well,
like, yeah.
unless you guys have other ideas, I mean, if you have a different pricing plan in mind, but if not.
I know we can defend this.
Yeah.
And I still think it's, we're not going to adjust the daily rate, right?
No,
So,
I wasn't proposing that.
yeah. So I think for here, this is just what I would recommend, and I'd set forth a motion here if folks were ready to vote on it.
I mean, I would second it.
Okay, that's Greg second. All in favor?
Yeah. Aye.
Excellent.
Aye.
Both of you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so
Good.
then,
Thank you for your
we're gonna be
support.
meeting with the vendor, hopefully in the next week or so, and then we're gonna get all this locked into the, system, and then we'll start, and May 1st, we'll send out the letters or the emails out
Correct.
to the permit holders, letting them know it's permit renewal period, and giving them the prices, and for the non-commuter, we'll do the same. And for the students, I will contact
Yeah.
Keith Broderick and tell him here, we have a formal plan, and see if you can get the word out to as many as possible. And
Yeah,
we'll
I
see
think-
what happens.
I still feel we should probably cap that number. Yeah, as that kind of creeps forward, let's just keep a watchful
Yes.
eye on that. Maybe at the next couple meetings, you give us an update where we stand with that
My guess is I won't sell them
Right.
until August.
next year. Right, yeah. I mean, until like later this
Right.
fiscal year.
Also,
Right.
you guys, the other thing to keep in mind is, I would have some anticipation that once the New York City commuter thing, whatever
Surge
congestion pricing
Yeah.
kicks in, that you're going to see more people, probably like me, coming back to get permits. That's going to be excessive. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see an influx of more permits rapidly once that starts. So I would
Right.
just keep an eye.
Is there something specific that's happening, Greg?
Yeah, there's surge pricing going in. You're seeing a lot of controversy about it. It's going to be debated in the courts, but I think the anticipated implementation date is, I think it's over June. So
Oh,
if it doesn't get denied in court, but there's a lot of debate on that. It's
Hmm.
pretty
I had not heard about that.
cost prohibitive to people. So,
It's for south of 60th Street. There's a $15 charge to enter anywhere in Manhattan,
yeah.
including FDR and the West Side Highway.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much every entry other than
All right.
Wilson Avenue. I mean,
I know,
Wow.
but
Okay.
we'll watch that.
All right. Well, thanks, Greg, for giving me the heads up about that. And so I will watch what numbers come in. And, I'll keep you guys updated with the number. I'll give you the breakout of permits. Right now, I always give the breakout of Fairfield and Southport, but I'll start to give you the breakout of the students as well each month, so that we can, really see if there's something happening. But I don't expect that,
So, can I just ask a question about that just occurred to me while we were talking about this? If students are going to park there, that means they're going to be parking there 24 hours a day, except when they're using their car, right? And
right.
don't we have some rule that says you can only park 4 days in a row or something?
Yes, well, that's why their pricing is based off of the non-commuter, because the non-commuter, the people who live at Umpqua Lofts or
Are there.
whatever it's called, Fairfield Lofts, they get that, we charged more because they get that benefit of being able to
Right.
park 24 hours.
No, right, but is there
With no limit.
is there policing of that? Like, when they scan the license plates, do they, like, is someone
Well,
going to get a
they're
ticket? Like,
No, what
LPR.
we do is, remember how we said that they all had to park in the main lot,
Right.
that side, they can't park on the, Naughty Dolphin side? Because
Right.
those are coveted spaces. So we do have it set up in the LPR that it will read it, and if somebody, is parked on that Naughty Dolphin side that is, you know, a student or something else, they'll get a hit and they will ticket them. Fortunately, it has not happened at all. Everybody is abiding
Right.
by
So no, but so the LPR knows, obviously
Yeah.
it knows the license plate, what it corresponds to, but it also knows that that specific car is allowed to be in the lot, you know, over the 4 days in a row.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I was just curious.
Because, you know, too, everybody, you know, on the weekend, there's no enforcement. So Monday, if the car is still there, is there, for all we know, they took the car away over the weekend and now they're starting their next 5-day
Right.
cycle.
Right.
But we've had people who have called up and said, I need to leave my car there 6 or 7 days.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be a problem? And we're like,
Yeah.
no, just you know, thank you for telling us, it will be fine, we'll alert the police, just make sure you pay.
Right. Yeah. Can I just quickly ask for an update on the cameras?
Yeah, so, I'm working with IT, we're trying to figure out, just how we're gonna provide the firewalls, and then it's ready to go. I met with them last week, we walked all the areas, went over all, with the guy who's gonna actually install it,
Okay.
and we reviewed all the places and made sure we're all still
Good.
in agreement on where they were going. So, they apologized it took long. They said that there were a couple cameras that just didn't come in.
Mm-hmm.
And, but as soon as we get this firewall thing
Yeah.
running, they'll be ready to go. And we have the cable modem in there, so we'll hook up to that, and then we'll switch over to GoNetspeed.
Okay. All right. Well, I think by May 1st would be a good reasonable.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I
Right,
mean,
cool.
I just talked to him today again too,
Good.
so he's anxious to just get this going, because we haven't paid anything,
Good.
and he's got all this equipment in there, so it's in his benefit to move this along as well.
Okay. Thank you. That's important.
Mhm.
All right, good.
That's all I have.
Good. Any other comments from folks? If not, I'll make a motion here to adjourn the meeting. Someone want to second it?
Second, David.
David, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. That was
Adrian?
Greg and Adrian.
Happy Easter, guys. I'm signing off now. Have a nice Easter.